So against Aston Villa on Sunday night, something very strange happened in Manchester United because Lisandro Martinez was playing in the midfield position, and this is something that is very strange for Manchester United as he completed 97% of his passes and he doubled the amount of final third passes that Manuel Ugarte played in the Aston Villa game. And this is something that Rúben Amorim openly said in his press conference that Lisandro Martinez is not the right guy to play in the defensive midfield position. I could see that just because of desperate measures and because of emergencies, Lisandro Martinez was playing in the midfield position. But before we actually talk about Lisandro Martinez playing in the midfield position, I want to look at the tactical consideration of him playing in the midfield position. So of course you know that Aston Villa is a team that likes to press high most of the times, and they're a team that can be able to absorb pressure and try to counter. So they can play either way. But you could see in that game, Aston Villa was not, particularly in the second half of play, they were not looking to press Manchester United. So they were not looking to force turnover. So Manchester United defensive line was able to push up. And then because we were able to push up, you could see that Lisandro Martinez was able to slot into that midfield pivot, that lone pivot. And then Manuel Ugarte was able to push her. And this is ideally a role that, of course, we want Bruno Fernandes to be in. But Bruno Fernandes was injured in the game. So Manuel Ugarte was pushed upward. And then Lisandro Martinez played in the low midfield pivot and he delivered an absolute masterclass in the game. So of course we know that the biggest strength of Lisandro Martinez is to be able to play with his back to goal, and he's a very progressive player. So he's a player that can be able to play under tight spaces and under pressure. And you could see in that game, Lisandro Martinez was able to do that so perfectly well because you can see that whenever you're playing, for example, Lisandro Martinez plays in a CCBO, you're going to find out that, of course, you're going to be seeing the entire field of play. Or maybe Eddie Neville is playing the CCB, he's going to be able to see the entire field of play. He's going to be able to be progressive. He's going to be able to avoid pressing figures. He's going to be able to move without pressing from back behind him and pressing from the forward line. So it's something that is going to be easy for you because you're seeing the entire field of play. You can be able to detect the play. But when you're being brought into the midfield, I think it's a very different thing because, of course, you're going to be facing a lot of pressing triggers from probably the strikers, probably now in modern football, defenders push high, the midfielders are also going to be pressing, the wingers are also going to be pressing and try to squeeze you as much as possible, especially when you're playing a high pressing side that wants to deliver turnovers as much as possible. So, of course, you're going to be facing a lot of pressing. But you're going to find out that in the game, Aston Villa was not looking to press. So Manchester United and Lisandro Martinez especially had a lot of freedom for the ball. And for somebody who is one of the best progressive midfielders in Europe, of course, he had a lot of freedom on the ball. He was not being pressed diagonally or vertically. So he was able to move with the ball. He was able to detect the play. He was absolutely bossing it in the midfield. He was playing constant line-breaking passes after line-breaking passes. And one thing I liked about his performance was that he was not looking to play those long-range passes to the wing backs, the left wing backs or the right wing back, because of course he has the long passing wing ball. He was not looking to do that, but he was looking to solve one of Manchester United's biggest problems of the season, which is basically centre progression. So Lisandro Martinez was looking to play these balls constantly into those tight spaces, into those difficult spaces to help Manchester United to play centrally. So he was the one controlling the tempo of the game. He was the one controlling how he wanted Manchester United to play. And so we were able to play those line-breaking passes. We were able to progress centrally. And Manchester United absolutely played well with Lisandro Martinez in the defensive midfield position. And you could see that he was able to give us a new profile. He was able to give us an attribute that we have been lacking in the midfield position. So in as much as Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro are very progressive players, these are players that like to be very brave when it comes to playing long passes in terms of our transitional moments. But having a player like Lisandro Martinez that plays with his own tempo, that likes to control the space in his environment, the way the team is going to play is very, very crucial to have such profiles in Manchester United, particularly under Rúben Amorim, because of course I think the long passing ranges for Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro has helped us a lot of times to transition, to break the pressing structure or the low block structures of oppositions. I know playing too slow and too controlled most of the times is not really good, and I'm not saying that Lisandro Martinez is definitely going to be the permanent solution for Manchester United midfield roles. But I feel that with Lisandro Martinez playing in this midfield position, I feel that we are going to be taking more lesser risks and we are going to be achieving our goal, because Of course, when Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro are too brave and play these long passes, take a lot of risks, they leave us to be in a very vulnerable state in terms of how our defense is going to be. Because when they play those long passes, when they join the counter and Manchester United loses the ball, of course, Manchester United is going to be very open defensively and it's going to be a problem for Manchester United. But when Lisandro Martinez plays and the way he played was to try to control the way Manchester United was going to transition and the way we were going to defend. And there were some points whereby he felt that okay, we couldn't transition, we couldn't play, we couldn't break down the Villa team. So what he was looking to do was to send the ball back, trying to recycle, trying to be very patient on the ball. And this is something that that is very rare for a defender to actually come into the midfield position, despite having not played this position for a very long time and coming and playing this way. It was very impressive to watch. So guys, I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the comment section if you feel Lisandro Martinez is going to be a long-term solution for Manchester United in the midfield position. I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to Tactical Platform as we be making more videos on Manchester United. So see you guys in the next video. Ciao.